Hi everybody, I'm Travis, and today I'm going to show you how to properly apply our fuse treatment to a cotton t-shirt, which is going to allow you to transfer dye sub to cotton. So the first step is going to be to set up your heat press. I have mine here set to 335 Fahrenheit, the pressure is set to high, and 65 seconds is the press time. The first thing I'm going to want to do, since this is my first shirt of the day, is preheat the lower platen. So I'm just going to press it while I prep my shirt over here. Cotton t-shirt, I'm going to put it onto my acrylic piece that comes in the kits. This is to make sure that the treatment stays on top, it doesn't soak through to the back of the shirt. So I'm going to try and line it up evenly on there. You might notice I do have a box here in the back, and that is simply to prop it up. That is my preference while applying it. It just makes it a bit easier. So I have my fuse bottle. I have the nozzle turned all the way to the left, and this is going to give you the finest mist possible. For a 16 by 20 print area like I'm doing today, I'm going to do 21 pumps, and that's going to apply the proper amount of the fluid. So before I start, I'm just going to make sure that it's spraying okay. And also I'm going to lift up the heat press now that it's warmed up. So as I mentioned, 21 sprays. I'm going to go from side to side, slightly overlapping, and I'm going to leave about a 6-inch gap between the surface and the spray nozzle. So here we go. So that was 21 right there. So side to side, I slightly overlapped. And now we're going to use our roller here, and this is just going to spread it out a little more evenly, and it's also going to press the material into the fibers. So this shirt is now ready to be dried. So I'm going to go ahead, I thread it onto the heat press. Line up the area that we've treated, and we want to put both parchment paper as well as this polyester sheet on there. The polyester is going to insulate it and kind of just keep it from yellowing, because cotton, if you expose it to the heat, it tends to yellow. So I like to put them on together, because if you put on just the parchment paper, it's going to want to keep rolling up on you because of the moisture in there. So I just place them together, and we're going to press this down for 10 to 15 seconds. You might notice that there's a lot of steam coming up, but you don't have to worry about that. This is actually Okiotech approved, so all the materials that we use in this are safe. So after we've dried it, it's not going to be completely dry, but it's now dry enough that we can transfer our image to it. Again, this time we're not going to use the parchment paper, but we are again going to use the polyester barrier here. So the second press is also going to be at 335, and we're going to press this for 65 seconds. While we wait for that, we can take a quick look. I've been using this as my stand, but we have our dual mug press. You can use this for mugs, or you can also use it for the metal flask containers. We have our hat press right next to it, our single mug press, and then this is actually the 3170 unit that I have partially covered up here. This is actually what I've sent all these prints with. So all done with Epson 3170. And then over on this side, I've been using this just to have my t-shirts handy, but this is our clamshell heat press. This is a great unit for dye sub, so you don't necessarily have to use a swing away for this application, but it is a nice option. So we got 5 seconds left. All right, So we'll remove our polyester. We are going to do a cool peel on this. So I'm going to pull it off and we'll peel it over here. You can peel it while it's hot, but I tend to get better results. It seems like it's a bit more vibrant if you peel it once it's cooled off. And now we have our final result. This does not require a second press. It's ready to go. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you guys all understand the process of applying the fuse treatment and doing the transfer itself. The final step that we want to take for this is, after you're done for the day, we do recommend that you clean out your spray tip, just because over time, if you don't do that, it can tend to clog up and you're not going to get a consistent result when you're treating your next shirts. So in order to do this, we simply have a water container and a waste container. So what I do, I take my spray tip out. You can spray the remaining fuse treatment back into the bottle so that you're not wasting the material. And then I simply just dip this into the water and then spray it over to the waste. And then I'm going to go ahead and drain the water out of here. And then you can go ahead and put it back onto your bottle.
For additional information, please visit us at www.InkJetBiz.com. Send us an email to orders@InkJetBiz.com or call us to 1-408-394-7595. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more InkJetBiz videos.